Okay, so should we start? Or there's a minute until... Oh, hi, Adele.
Thanks, Commander.
Okay, so should we start?
Maybe.
Welcome, Transformice!
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay,
More
Hi.
questions. More
So-
questions. More answers. More bullshit.
okay, so hello and welcome to this week's Transformods Livestream. First off, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Yatrolig, and I'm Yatrolig.
I'm Godsky.
Hi there, I'm new mod. Before you ask, I'm not really new to the game. It's just the name. That's right.
I am TrueLink, and yeah, that's about it.
I'm Jenna.
Anybody else?
I'm Mark on the crack.
Is that all?
I guess
I think
everyone
we also
is
have Scott.
for Shag. Hmm?
Don't we have Scott in the call as well? And Moody?
I'm starting to get the impression that his mic isn't working.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Yeah,
Okay, so before we get started, we would like to thank Cheese.formice, especially Sourdough, for setting up the Transformods Q&A page. We would also like to tell you that we have a Transformods Logo Contest going on, so if you'd like to check out the entries or post your own entries, I will link you to that on the live stream chat, and you have until Monday to submit your entries. There's the thread. And a public voting thread will be open, so you make sure that you keep an eye out for that as well.
We definitely missed right.
I thought I was in a different community. Why is everyone here?
you are in a different community, but they still found you.
Oh no. Okay, so disclaimer and plan for this event tonight. This live stream will last for 1 or maybe 2 hours max, and we will try to answer as many questions as we can within this given time. However, we will not be able to answer all of the questions you've posted on Cheese.formice, nor the ones that you will post here on the chat. We are not admins or devs, and therefore we will not be able to answer technical questions or questions about future updates, bugs, and so on. The main plan now is that our live stream will be divided into 3 segments. The first one, we will deliver the answers that both Tigrounette and Melibellule have given us for some of the top voted questions. So if you're simply tuning in to hear what they have answered, you will only have to stick around for the first segment, and then you can leave if you want to. And then the second segment will be our answers, the mods' answers to some of the top questions on the first page of Cheese.formice, and then the last segment is Meet the Mods, where you can post your answers or your questions about us on the chat, and we will answer them as you post them. So, should we get to the questions?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So, first off, first segment, these are the answers that Melly and Tigru have given themselves. The first question, TrueLink, do you want to do the honors?
Sure. Why can't there be titles for cheese personally gathered by a shaman?
And Melibellule answered with, there could be titles for cheese personally gathered as a shaman, but I think we didn't do it because it would encourage shamans to kill all the mice in order to be alone and enter the hole.
Tigrounette said basically the same, because it would encourage shamans to kill the mice to enter the hole more quickly.
Alright, so that is why we can't have titles for cheese personally gathered as shaman. The second question was, will backgrounds ever be resizable? And this was asked by Impure Death, I think.
And Melibellule answered with, I don't think backgrounds are going to be resizable since they can be colorized. It can make some strange pictures.
And Tigrounette confirmed that it would actually, but in a few weeks after a couple of updates.
Alright, the third question is from Awesome Pro, and that's that the memory leak should be on the top of the to-do list, so why isn't that fixed yet?
Right. Tigrounette said it's not really a memory leak, but everything that goes in the cache, if we decrease the use of this cache, the performance are going to get worse. But he will try to make a good balance out of it.
Okay, and the last question that Tigru and Melly answered together was, can you make it so that tribe leaders can kick inactive members of the tribe? Can you also have it so that the tribe menu page also shows when was the last time a person was online?
Melly answered with, kicking offline members also demands a lot of work on the database, and we need more servers to be able to make modifications to offline players. So if we need to wait for our magical number again, but we will be doing it. As for the connection date, I do not know if that is possible or not.
Did Tigru answer that question?
Yep, he basically said it's planned as soon as he dispatched the weight of the actual database on multi-service. For now, it's impossible because it costs too much to the database.
Okay, so let's get on to some of the questions that Melly has answered. She asked, will there be, well, she did not ask, but a user asked, will there be a new voting system for maps?
She answered with, we will make it so the top map makers' votes will have more weight on the votes for the maps.
Okay, the next question that she answered is, will the trees and bushes change with the season? For example, will the trees' leaves turn orange and yellow and red for autumn?
That's actually a great idea, so we'll probably do that. We need to keep the game very light though, so we can't create infinite map elements.
A user also asked, there are quite a lot of mice with the Virtuoso title, and some mice even have the Alpha and Omega title. Will new titles for saves, cheese, hard saves, and first be added to the game? If yes, when?
Melly answered with, people with those titles are really few. Only the oldest core of Transformice community knows them or have them. We feel that we have already a lot of titles and stats to claim, so new titles aren't really planned for now.
The next question is there a tentative time frame for when we can expect the reporting system?
Even Tig and I can't answer that. There are many other things to do before, and new things might come up, so we don't even know when we'll be able to implement it.
And that question was from Manco.
Okay. It was also asked, will we ever see the old vanilla maps back in rotation? In my opinion, it didn't make sense to remove the maps. They could have just added the new ones with higher numbers.
Um, the maps we removed changed. We felt they weren't deserving to be in the vanilla cycle. That's all. It's a design decision.
The next question, asked by Three Side, is if a cloud server can hold more than the number of players that are on at any given time, why did the server disconnect for a majority of the players today?
Because the server protocol has changed. There are more steps than before where it can fail and disconnect you. Mostly, as soon as we have our magical number, we will change the whole server's infrastructure, and it should improve on the disconnecting front.
It was also asked, what do you think about including a personal best time indicator in every vanilla map so you could also go against the clock for improvements?
That's too much data to store for now. Maybe one day when we'll have many database servers.
Ratatata asks, my avatar won't load even though I've selected it multiple times. It's just a black box. And when I go to my profile, it's still black. Why?
Almost everything concerning avatars is broken anyways. We might remove it just because it takes up too much space and traffic.
The last question is, why are updates put into the game without user consideration? Shouldn't the player have a right to choose what will have a positive impact on their gaming experience?
Melly answered this question by saying that I've already discussed this plenty before, but putting it back here for the purpose of explanation. While it's good to pick user advices, it's wrong to shape a game solely on players' desires, because half will want something and the other half will want the opposite. It often ends up being a horrid mix-up of the two opinions. We are the ones that make the game, and we are the ones that need to take the decisions for it, and not put the responsibility of, say, a mistake on players' shoulders. We have to assume this.
Alrighty, so that was the first segment of today's live stream. If you were only here for the questions that the admins have answered themselves, well, there you go. The next segment we will pick out some questions from the cheese.formice page and we will answer them personally. We will be back in 5 minutes, so please stay tuned for more. See ya.